everyone who watches my Fry Diary. It is Monday today. I didn't vlog yesterday because I was not well again. I need to figure out what it is I'm doing wrong, whether it's burnout or, I don't know, taking on other people's responsibilities too much that I shouldn't be, or not controlling my anxiety levels. I don't know what it is. I feel a bit lost, really. I can't figure out when I should be taking responsibility for other people and when I shouldn't. I'm not doing that very well. Anyway, I'm off to pick up my dad. Sorry for that little ramble. And I'll see you in the next clip. It is Thursday morning. It's a no makeup start to the day again. I've just given Darcy a lift. It's a little bit stressful trying to get teenagers out the door sometimes. So I'm going to go and do a workout now. And it's quite a nice day. I couldn't park in my usual parking spot. So I'm parking in the car park in the recreation ground. Some nice black-headed seagulls over there. Probably can't see them. It's not a really blue sky day, but also over here I'll probably get out of the car and show you, there's some lovely crocuses. I've done a bit of tidying up and I am ready to do a workout now, and what I'm hoping, because for some reason I feel so kind of low on energy, like mental energy. I'm hoping that this is going to get my endorphins kicked off. I actually recorded a video the other day and the content is good and the topic is good, but my energy in the video is like so bleh. I don't think I'm going to upload it. So thank you for coming along on this journey with me. When I'm in this kind of down mode, I don't know if I'm even depressed really. It's even difficult to talk. There's just like so much blur, and I think it is the result of like not managing my stress and anxiety levels or something, and I'm just trying to figure it out. So let's get those endorphins going. Done my workouts. I do feel a bit better. I'm going to dye my roots now. I was watching another video by Tracy. So many Brians. And yesterday he was talking about self-esteem. So that's kind of part of it, isn't it? Building up your self-esteem. But it made me think about this app that I used to use just after my mum died, and then Darcy was having lots of difficulty at school, etc. I was feeling really low. I had watched the video by McGonigal where she talks about when she got a really bad concussion and she just had to lie in her bed, and just the total inactivity made her really depressed. And she's a gamer, she designs games, and she thought, I'm going to design an app for building up resilience to this kind of thing. So I downloaded this app. I don't know if you can see it on my screen. It's called SuperBetter, and you've got these different things like power-ups, quests, fighting against bad guys, allies, future boosts, achievements, which are all the kinds of things that Tracy was talking about. So I think I need to start using that app again, because you've got these different quests and stuff, it does actually help you with like goals and steps towards your goals. So isn't it weird how I can even hear in my voice how I'm like not very up. Alright then, I'm going to dye my hair. Done my workouts, dyed my roots, got my contact lenses in, got my makeup on, and I'm going to have some lovely falafels now. And edamame bean salad, some avocado, some tomatoes. And what I was thinking about was, it's not so much depression, but it's a kind of a low mood. It could lead to depression if I didn't do anything about it. I was watching a video while I was dyeing my hair and an advert came up first. And it was for a YouTuber, but he's more of a motivational speaker and entrepreneur. I'll link it below. And he was talking about these 3 letters that have helped him throughout his life. And it was K, S and E. Knowledge, strategy and execution. And I think you can apply those small scale and big scale. And I was thinking endorphins, synapses, that kind of thing. I am aware that if something stressful happens, and I'm not very good with like even small things, I think that's just part of the post kind of like big stress things. And I think it's a part of your brain called the hippocampus that it has an effect on, and that is also responsible for producing new neurons to help with the synapse things, something like that. So I need to have a strategy for that. I think I mentioned it in a video before, but it was in a TED talk. This girl was talking about how you can actually actively do things to help the promotion of neurons that are related to synapses or something. So for mood enhancing type stuff, I'll link that below as well. I'm gonna have my lunch now. I'm going to go and get Darcy from the station now. Now here's an interesting thing. I don't know if I'm going to include this in the vlog when I edit it, but maybe I will. It depends on the journey the rest of the week. I've found that if I feel like I'm about to go into a period of kind of low mood or depression, or when I'm beginning to come out the other side, I go on a cleaning spree. What is that about? Does anybody else do that? Maybe it's a kind of like a, I will not let this happen. I will not sink into the abyss of living in squalor. Or maybe it's like, I have been living in squalor, but I feel well enough to do something about it. I don't know. Tell me what you think. So the point of that was, which I didn't include, I'm now hoovering everywhere and I'm about to wash the floor and do the dusting and clean the bathrooms and all that kind of thing. Right, I'm going to be late for Darcy if I don't go. I had a lovely time in Kingston with Darcy. We went to this nice cupcake shop and I am just cooking some dinner. I'm cooking some nice salmon. So that's cooking away nicely in some white wine and some herbs. Some new potatoes. I'm going to roast some tomatoes in a minute, and in the oven right now is some asparagus. Woo. I'm expecting you to be able to smell that, but you can't. It is in toasted sesame oil. I'm trying to employ all these things that this lady was saying on the video about what you can do and eat to enhance your generation of neurons or something. Which should be mood enhancing. It hasn't quite kicked in yet, but I'm persevering. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing that mindfulness thing where I'm aware of what's going on and not being afraid of it, and kind of stepping back and being mindful of it. It's good not to be afraid of stuff, and I think what helps is understanding why it's happening. And I think the research in neuroscience is just so helpful, and I've heard so many people talk about depression and them saying, oh, it just comes from nowhere, and it's quite evident that it doesn't come from nowhere. It is when you've been too stressed, or you've had a traumatic experience, or not enough sleep, or all sorts of things that contribute to the not functioning properly of your hippocampus or something like that. The thing I'm most shocked about is when I'm looking at these video clips, and when I was editing the video the other day, I can't believe how you can see it in my face, you can hear it in my voice, you can hear it in my energy. I'm struggling to put words together and remember words and make sentences sound coherent. There's no kind of energy and flow. So that's an interesting thing. I find it interesting. Anyway. Good morning everyone. I feel so much better this morning. I did wake up quite early, so I was a bit worried that if I got up that would mean I hadn't quite had enough sleep. So I stayed in bed for another 45 minutes and I wasn't going to go back to sleep. And my mind was like, yes, and then I'm going to do this today and this today and this today and this is what I need to do. Yeah, so I think my strategy yesterday for putting all those things in place is working, and I'm beginning to feel more like myself and a bit more full of joy today. I've got quite a bit of time because I got up so early, not any earlier than usual, but you know, I feel raring to go earlier than I usually do. And what I thought I'd do is I've got to be somewhere at 10:30, and I'll show you something that I really need to sort out that I think is going to make a big difference. But in my office, look what is going on. This is not really helpful, is it? And what this is it's a bed base, and Darcy wanted to keep a double bed in her room when we got back from Brazil. We had a double bed in there for the lodgers. She had a single bed in there before. And then she got a drum kit, and having the bed frame in there just made everything feel really crowded. So she said, could she have like a divan? And then when the divan came, it just made the room feel, really crowded. So we took it out again. But it's in my office. So I'm going to try and find somewhere for it. There's not room for it in the shed, Ben says. So I'm going to try and squeeze it in behind the curtains in the conservatory or something. So that's my project for this morning. So I've moved various bits and pieces out of the conservatory. There is a fridge here, fish tank, that can go in the shed. And then there's all this stuff, and most of it is books and things. So I don't know if this alcove thing is going to be enough space for that bed, but I think it might. So let's give it a go. I'm sure we can fit it in. Look at all this stuff. That's crazy. And why am I keeping a big massive basket full of teddies? Louis' favourite toy when he was 1. Oh, it's hard being a mum, letting stuff go. I put the bird in here while I was hoovering, so as not to disturb him too much. And I've moved the bed up here. I need to tidy this up a little bit, I think. But that's all I'm going to do for the moment, because I don't want to go into that kind of being depressed and then manic thing, burn myself out again. So I'm going to pace myself carefully, but I don't think you can tell that there's a bed base in here, can you? Well, I'm very happy with that morning's work. I'm going to do a bit of singing practice now because I've booked the recording studio for next Thursday and Friday. So I want to practice every day, get my voice in tip-top shape. And then I'm going to take my dad grocery shopping, and then in the afternoon I've got my girls group. And then I better edit this vlog, hadn't I?